My Hebrew Israelites, brothers and sisters, 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. Welcome back. This is your Murray, Dr. Yeshua. And I just want to take this moment, my brothers, my sisters, to say thank you. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. Thank you for your likes and your comments. Thank you most of all for your prayers. Praise His holy name. We're in Psalm 28, and we are dealing with a prayer for help. And my brothers, my sisters, we stopped at verse 2, that's Psalm 28, verse 2. Okay? And we were talking about, hear the voice of my supplication. We dealt with hear, Shama, and now we stopped just after we talk about supplication in verse 2, and we said supplication was the word takanun, and we talking about the fact that this word means a supplication for favor, and we said that the word, this Hebrew word was tav, ket, nun, vav, and nun. And we say that the word here, my brothers and sisters, talks about earnest prayer, entreaty, supplication. And so then we went on to the word lift. When I lift my hands. Okay? When I lift my hands. He said, let me read the whole verse. He said, hear the voice of my supplication when I cry unto thee. So yeah, David, the psalmist, is crying unto Yahuwah. And he said, when I lift up my hands toward thy holy oracle. And the word here, lift, was, we say it was, the word was nasa, or nasa. And it means to lift or to carry or to take. We went on to talk about, being able to advance, to arise. It talks about a suffer bearer, suffer to bearer, and we talk about to bring forth. And we mentioned that the word was a primitive root, is a primitive root to lift in a great variety of application. And so, literally or figuratively, the word to accept or advance or arise, to suffer, to ease, exact, exalt, extol, or to fetch, to forgive, furnish. My brothers, my sisters, the word here is also used in the sense of being exalted, to exalt. And then the word can also be, forgive. The word contain desire, furnish, to lade, and lofty, magnify, to obtain pardon, rise up, to receive our regard, respect, to stir up, to take away or to take up, utterly, to wear or to yield. Okay. And so it continued, he said, when I lift my hands. Okay. The word hands here is just a two-letter consonants. Two-letter words, two consonants that make up the word. and it is Yod and Dalet. And the word is Yad, hand, hands are Yad. And it's basically talking about a hand, okay? And we mentioned that the hand can be, it can mean power, distinction from, like it could also talk about direction, in a great variety of application, both literally and figuratively. Sometimes it deals with approximate, something remote, and in a broader sense of the word, it can be bounty, or it can be like a hand, by charge, because the hand can also, deals with, power, or the thumb, or the fist. Okay, it's just like when a person mentioned, I use the term, like for instance, the person have a hand, he rules with a heavy hand, Is a talk about power there, you can talk about a person will, rule with terror. Could also means that. So when I lift my hands, okay, lifting your hands was a way of surrendering, okay? It's a means of surrendering, rather. And it can be service, it can be a state, can be strength, okay? And so he said, when I lift my hands toward thy holy oracle. The word holy here is the word Kodesh, and it is Quaf, Dalet, and Shin, with, of course, it has the vowels markations. And what it's done about is something to be apart, set apart, apartness or sacredness, and something consecrated is a consecrated thing, or it's a dedicated thing, it's a hallowed thing. It's a holy, you talk about holiness, or most holy. Sometimes we refer to the most holy day, or the portion. Like Shabbat is a holy day. Yahweh set it apart for his own glory, for his own honor. Right? And he made it for us. Okay, and it's a time we take to set aside and honor him. The first day of the week is the day that Yahweh made also. He made every day. Okay? But he rested on the seventh day, the Shabbat. Okay? And so he made it holy. He set it apart. He hallowed it. So we should not allow anybody to tell us that the day that was set aside for the sun god worship, that it's the day that Yahweh wants us to worship. He wants us to worship him every day, okay? But that particular day that is he set aside, we need to observe that day specifically and specially, from the other days, okay? All right. And then the word here, Kodesh, it also comes from another word, Kadash, a sacred place or thing, rarely abstract, sanctity. Talk about something consecrated or something dedicated. Talk about something hallowed. Holiness, my brothers, my sisters. Most holy day, the portion, the thing that, the saint, you talk about the sanctuary. Okay. All right. And I want us to look at the word oracle there, because it said, when I lift up my hands towards thy holy oracle. And the word here, oracle, is the word deber, and perhaps a place of speaking, the innermost room, of Solomon's temple. That could be an example there. And is the word here oracle, or shortened debar, from dabar, apparently in the sense of oracle. It's like a shrine. What is that? Like a shrine, or innermost part of the sanctuary. Okay. So he said, lift his hand towards, he lift his hand towards his holy oracle, the most. My brothers and sisters, Yahweh, he sits on his throne. Okay? He sits on the throne of our lives. Like he's with us, so he lives in us. Our body is a temple, okay, where Yahweh dwells. And if the temple is not clean, if the temple is not hallowed, if the temple is not set apart for his glory, he's not going to reside in anything dirty. We can tell you that. So this is something for us to bear in mind, my brothers, my sisters. Praise his holy name. Praise his holy name. Then in verse 3, he said, draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace in their to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. Okay, we have a lot of people like that around us. A lot of people like that around us. And here the psalmist is asking Yahweh not to draw him away with the wicked. It should be the same prayer of our hearts, my brother. It should be the same request of our hearts, that Yahweh doesn't draw us away with the wicked. Because, my brothers and sisters, let me say this is why it is important. I cannot overemphasize this. And sometimes when I say it, people may think I'm trying to beat them over the head. But I am saying that as children of Yahweh, we need to walk circumspectly. In other words, we need to walk accurately. We should not act or behave like the wicked. Okay? We don't want to act or behave like the wicked, my brothers and sisters. So he said, draw me not away with the wicked. And the word wicked here is the word rasha. And this word means a criminal, a wicked person, a criminal. Is wicked and is a criminal. It means someone who is condemned, guilty. It means ungodly, wicked man that do wrong. This person. My brothers and sisters, I'm sure you're listening to the news and you see what's going on about the leaders, the political leaders, and the people that follow him. Wicked. They do wicked things. They do evil things. And it's like they're condemned. You see, we have, my brothers and sisters, let me say this. You probably want to stone me, but it's okay, go ahead. Because you can't reach me anyhow. Okay? You cannot reach me. If we, my brothers and sisters, are right, we don't allow wicked people to lead us. We do not allow criminals to lead us. We need people who, they may not be believer as we do in Yahweh, but at least they have a moral standard. Okay? And they have some ethics about them. You don't want to follow any leader. It's like a cult. The people following a cultic leader. Like they they are so bound to this cultic leader. A man who is wicked in his heart and his mind, doing things that is wicked, saying things that is wicked. My brothers, my sisters, if someone accuses you of something, and you know it's not right, like, they're not right, rather, you don't pay them any mind. You just keep on going on and doing your work that you're supposed to do. Do your leadership. But when you start fighting back and cursing and calling names and threatening them, and this is what wicked people do. Godly, righteous people don't do that. And you know what, my brothers and sisters? The person who is doing this evil and this wicked thing, they have church people call themselves evangelicals, following him. Every move he made, they're there. You don't have any shame? Do you serve? You say you're serving Yahweh? Yahweh doesn't stand for wickedness, my brothers and sisters. I am trying to tell you that Yahweh is holy and just and right. And his children, his followers, are to do the same. So, my brothers and sisters, if you're right and the person you're following is wicked, then you need to do something to help that wicked person to straighten up. But you're not saying anything, you're not doing anything. How can you say you're a man of Allah? Okay? Are you a man of Yahuwah? Or you say you're a man of God? Okay? That's what you say. Then the person that you're following is just by name a man of God. By name. But not in reality. Then you who are right need to pull him aside, and I'm not trying to embarrass him, but help him. That what you if you say you're walking in the light, the person who's walking in darkness, you need to get that person and show them the light, so you can rightly follow them. But if the person is in darkness and you in light, and you're going to come out of the light and follow the person in darkness, what's going to happen? He's going to pull you down into the ditch because he's blind, he can't see. So you are to be blamed for not standing up and speaking up. And I'm not telling you to condemn anyone. Let the condemnation stay with Yahweh. Let him do the condemnation. But my brother, you're supposed to tell the light. If you say you're in the light, then show it. Don't just talk about it. You don't want to hurt the man's feeling, right? Well, let him go to hell and see if you're not going to be blamed for that. If you know the right, tell him, help him. Help him to do the right thing. And not only him, but other people who are going the wrong way. Help them. But this man is the main man. He's the president of I was the president of the United States, and he's trying to be a president again. You want a person who's not right to lead you? Get him straight. Help him to straighten himself out. And then follow him if you think he's the right person. My brothers and my sisters, we have to be careful. The psalmist said, he don't want to go down with the wicked. Don't draw me away with the wicked. And if you don't do the right thing and you're following a wicked person, then if you're righteous, you're going to be drawn away with him or with them, whoever they are. My brothers and my sisters, I'm not talking about a Democrat or a Republican or a Green Tree, or I'm not talking anybody, no matter what party they are. If they're wicked, they're wicked. And you have to help straighten them out. He's a wicked person. He's a condemned person. He's a guilty person. He's ungodly. He's a wicked man. He's a person that do wrong. He's morally wrong. Concretely, a bad person. He's condemned. He's guilty. He's ungodly. He's wicked. He is a person that did wrong, my brothers and my sisters. You cannot continue to follow someone. And if you are right, you have to help to straighten that person out. You have to help to get that person right. But you're not saying anything. All you want to do is to be a part of the party. But you got to help the person to get right. Right standard, my brothers and my sisters. Right standard. Don't draw me away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity. The person who's wicked is a person of, a workers of iniquity. And these people that speak peace, they speak peace to their neighbors. But he said their heart, mischief is in the heart. Mischief is in the heart. The workers of iniquity here is a word, the Hebrew word aben. Aben. Okay? And what this word means, trouble. It means sorrow. It means wickedness. This Hebrew word is Aleph, Vav, and Nun. Aben. Of course, it has the vowels markations, right? Or notations, rather. And so here, this person, when you talk about Aben, is talking about a person, is a troublesome person. You talk about a person is sorrow, workers of iniquity is sorrow. You talk about wickedness. It's talk about affliction. It's talk about evil. It's talk about something that is false. Idol worshiper, idol. And the people following the person like he's God. Or he's a God. He's not Yahweh. But people can follow a person and not treating them like they're God. And if they feel that way and they feel good about themselves, and if they have so-called righteous people, following them, they're going to say, well, man, if I can have the church, I can have all of the evangelicals from all of the denominations following me. I can't be any more right than I am. Look. Oh my goodness. And so all people leave Yahweh, if they belong to Yahweh anyhow, I don't know, following a man. Everything he does is okay. And they criticize the people who prosecute them for their wrongness. Yahweh said they're there, it's like a terror, right? If you do wrong, you better realize that you're going to suffer. Okay? There's some people who do right and suffer too. But, if you do wrong, for sure you're going to be suffering. All right? So let's talk about a person, iniquity. A person who practice iniquity and live in iniquity is a person who live in mischief. A naughty person is a person of sorrow and just and righteous person. Is a vain. Talk about vanity rather, emptiness. You talk about wickedness there. Wickedness. The time is gone, but we still have a part of this verse to come back to. We will come back to this because we done gone 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes over 20 minutes. So my brothers and my sisters, I'm going to ask you to take this moment to be a blessing to someone today and walk with the King. Shalom.